Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're all doing good. So, this is Trading Coach, and in today's video, we are going to talk about the trading psychology. So, we will talk about the probability mindset. All right. So, in this trading psychology video series, we are going to discuss about something called as the probability mindset, which is a very important concept. So, this is the most important thing that will make you a successful trader. If you know this one particular concept, it can radically improve your trading performance. All right. So let us talk about this. Let us try to understand what exactly is this probability mindset. Well, the probability mindset is all about a kind of attitude that you take towards your trades. So we can put it in a simple sense. We can say it's an ability to think about your trades in two different outcomes. It's a mental framework or attitude you have towards your trades. So let me explain this concept in a more simple and clear-cut manner. So it's all about seeing both the possible outcomes. All right. So whenever you find a trading opportunity or whenever you find a trading setup, you should visualize or imagine two different outcomes before taking the trade. Okay. So whenever you find a trading opportunity, you should visualize the positive outcome and also you should visualize the negative outcome. All right. You should think about different possibilities. So for example, once you find a trade, you need to think how the trade is going to become successful. Likewise, you should also think how the trade is going to become a failure. All right. You're looking at two different possibilities. All right. So what happens when you do this? Well, when you do this, it will prepare yourself mentally before taking the trades. And not only that, it will help you to accept the possibility of both winning and losing trades. Say when you take a trade, it will help you to understand that the trade has both the possibilities. It can both be a winning trade or it can also be a losing trade. All right. So when you do this, all right, when you visualize both the positive and negative outcome of a trade, you will unconsciously get a grip over the fact both winning and losing trade is a part of the trading business. All right. So when you get a grip on your emotions, you will automatically get the emotional stability. You can easily focus on what matters the most. So what matters most for the traders is risk management. So risk management is the key to be a successful trader, right? So when you have this probability mindset, you can automatically focus on the risk management. That's the whole idea. All right. So let us talk about applying the probability mindset. So here is the simple process to apply the probability mindset. And that process is straightforward. So whenever you find a trading opportunity, you need to ask yourself two important questions. You need to ask yourself how the trade is going to fail. That's number one. And number two is you need to ask yourself how this trade is going to become successful, how this trade is going to succeed. All right. So what happens when you do this? What happens when you try to apply this probability mindset? What happens if you ask yourself these two questions? Well, this simple technique will force your mind to explore different possibilities of your trade. It will help you to unconsciously acknowledge the fact that your trades have two different outcomes, right? So you are actually looking at two different possibilities. You're looking at how the trade is going to become a success, and you're also looking at how the trade is going to become a failure. So when you do that, you're actually getting that emotional stability, right? So it will help you to develop that probability mindset. So that's the most important thing that is required for a trader, isn't it? So let us look at some example of using the probability mindset. Let us look at some real-time example of applying this particular process. All right. So this process can radically change your trading performance, but we will see how this is going to work in actual charts. So before we do that, in case if you are new to my channel, I recommend you to hit on the subscribe button, tap on the notification icon, so that you can stay in touch with critical and important lessons just like these. You can get more insights from what I have learned from years of trading experience. And also, if you like to know more about me, more about my trading style, I recommend you to visit my website, that is www.tradingcoach.co.in. All right. So now let us go to some charts and let us see how we can use this probability mindset. Let us put this principle in action. All right. So take a look at this particular chart over here. So right now I'm looking at Godrej Properties India Limited. So in this particular chart, you can see that we have a nice support zone exactly over here, right? So we have a wonderful support zone at this particular point. So we have a nice support zone, and not only that, exactly over here, you can see that the prices are testing the support zone. So you can also notice that right after testing the support zone, the prices are actually bouncing back from this, right? So if you're a kind of a price action trader, or if you have some basic knowledge on technical analysis, support resistance, and candlesticks, you know that this can give us a kind of a buying opportunity. This is a kind of a level hold trading setup. Okay. So what I can do is I right after this opportunity can go ahead and take a long position. Okay. So in case if you are completely new to the markets, let's say for example you don't have any idea about reading the price chart, or if you are pretty new to price action, I have already created a wonderful trading course on price action. I have a free price action trading course. Make sure to check out that particular trading course. All right, I will leave the link of that free price action trading course in the description box, and I will also keep it at the top of the pop out section, so you can check it out over there. So if you go through that particular price action trading course, you'll understand more about reading the price action on the chart. All right. So coming back to the topic, here you can see that we have a wonderful bullish candles. We have a good buying opportunity. But this is where I need to take a step back and I need to apply the probability mindset. So in this particular point, what I'm supposed to do is I should think about different possibilities of this trade. I need to visualize how the trade is going to become successful, how the trade is going to become a failure. I need to ask myself those two important questions, right? So I need to ask myself how this trade is going to work out and how this trading is going to result in failure. Okay. So if I think about that, right? If I actually think about that particular possibilities, I know that in this particular case, if the trade is going to fail, if the trade is going to go against me, then what happens is it is going to hit my stop loss, right? The prices will continuously fall down. It will hit my stop loss. It will break the low of the price action over here. So we have a wonderful low here, right? So the prices can clearly break the low, and after breaking the low, it can continue to go down. So if that happens, my trade is going to become a failure. Likewise, how my trade is going to become a successful trade, how it is going to result in profits? Well, the logic is again very simple. If the trade is going to work out, it is likely to go up, it is likely to break this particular high over here, and it is likely to test a specific resistance that we see here, right? So we have a major resistance over here. The prices can likely touch this particular resistance zone. Okay. So these are the two different possibilities my trade can actually play out. All right. So apart from this, there is also another important possibility. So this trade can neither go up nor go down. It can continue to consolidate in the middle. It can go like this, right? So it will neither go down, it will neither go up, it can stay in the middle, it can fluctuate in the middle. So if that happens, I should also be prepared. So when you look at your trades in these three possibilities, right? If you try to think about your trade in this particular way, this is what we call as the probability mindset. So this is what we actually do. We actually think in outcomes. Whenever we find a trading opportunity, we think in outcomes, different outcomes. All right. So what happens if you do this? Well, right now, when I think like this, my mind is automatically making me get prepared. Right? It is helping me to focus on what the most important element in my trading process. So it is asking me to keep a proper stop loss so that if the trade goes against me, I can exit with a minor loss. It is also telling me to keep a proper time stop. So time stop in the sense, if the trade is not going to hit my target, if the trade is not going to hit my stop loss, so I should have a kind of an exit idea, right? I should have a kind of an exit criteria within a particular time. So I will also keep a time stop in this specific case. If the prices continue to consolidate right after I get into the position, I need to keep a time limit from where I'm going to exit my trade. All right, maybe after a week or after 2 or 3 weeks or maybe after a month, I should have a time limit to exit my trades. Likewise, I should also be prepared to take profits. I should know where exactly I'm going to cut my positions. All right. If the prices breaks this particular high, there I will try to cut off some of my positions. Right. I will try to cut off 50% of my positions. And likewise, if the trade hits the resistance level, there I will try to cut off another 50% of my positions. So this is what I generally do. All right. Whenever I find a trading opportunity, I will think in outcomes. It will automatically help me to prepare my trades. All right. It will put a proper process in place. So we have seen a good bullish example over here, a good example of applying the probability mindset. Let us also look at one more example so that we can keep this concept in our mind. We can completely put this concept into our subconscious mind so that it is easy for us to apply in real time. All right, let me open up another chart. Let me repeat the process. Okay. All right, take a look at this particular chart over here. Right. So I'm looking at USD INR 1-day time frame. So in this particular chart, we can see that the prices are actually, the prices went into a trailblazing mode. It went into a nice uptrend. But right at this point, as you can see the chart, after touching this particular level, we can see a nice sell-off, right? We have a wonderful resistance over here. So first it touched the resistance, it had a nice drop. Again, the prices are testing the resistance here, right? The market is trying to see whether the sellers are there or not. Okay. So here, this is actually, when I look at this specific price action, this is telling me to take a short position, right? It is giving me an idea to take a bearish trade. So how do I take a bearish trade here? So before I take a bearish trade, all right, before I structure my entry exit, so what I have to do is I have to think in possibilities. I have to think from a probability mindset, all right? So how do I do that? Well, first and foremost, I need to ask myself a simple question: how the trade is going to become a failure? So in this case, the logic is very simple. If the prices goes against us, all right, if the market goes above this particular resistance, and in this particular case, if the prices breaks above the high of this specific resistance, that time I can assume, or I can say, my trade or my assumption has resulted in failure. All right, that's how my trade can fail. So here I can try to structure my stop loss. All right. And now I can ask myself the next question: how my trade can result in profit? Well, if the trade is going to result in profit, it is likely to go down. It is likely to touch the first target, which is exactly over here. And it can also go down exactly over here. So I have two different targets over here. So the prices can touch these two targets. If it does, then I can say my trade is a very successful trade. All right. So what I will do is, when I'm going to take this trade, I will also keep a proper targets in place. All right. Okay. So what happens if the trade is neither going to hit my stop loss nor going to hit my target? So what will happen in that particular case? So in that particular case, the prices are likely to consolidate in the middle, right? The prices can go up and down in the middle. It can consolidate straight in the middle. And in that case, if this scenario happens, then I'm prepared once again with a proper time stop. All right. I will hold this position for nearly 2 to 3 weeks. If within 2 to 3 weeks, if the prices are not hitting the target, neither if it is hitting the stop loss, I'm going to exit from my trade. All right. Again, this is the probability mindset. So I guess all of you understood the concept right now. So it's all about thinking in outcomes, right? So you look at a particular trading opportunity, you think about that in different outcomes, which will help you to prepare in advance. All right. So this is the probability mindset. Now let us look at some of the important key points which you need to keep in mind when you're using this probability mindset. All right. Let us summarize what we have learned so far. Okay. All right. So here are some of the key points. All right. So probability mindset is a mental attitude or framework you have towards your trades. All right. It's not a kind of a strategy or anything. It's a mindset. It's a simple mindset or a mental modification that you have towards your trades. So when you apply this probability mindset, it will help you to look at both the positive and the negative outcome of the trade. And when you apply the probability mindset, you will focus better on risk management. So it will put exactly where you need to focus. It will narrow down your focus, right? So it will help you to focus exactly on the most important element for traders, that is risk management. And when you focus on risk management, you can sleep peacefully when you take trades. All right. So one of the biggest reasons people do intraday trading is that they cannot sleep peacefully at night, right? Whenever they take overnight positions, whenever they do positional trading, or something like swing trading, they often tell me, sir, I cannot sleep peacefully at night. Markets are keeping me awake. Well, if you have this probability mindset, you will automatically have the confidence. And the reason for that is because you're focusing on risk management. When you focus on risk management, you'll automatically gain that emotional stability in your trading process. All right. So this is what we call as the probability mindset, and these are the benefits of probability mindset. All right. So I hope you learned something valuable in this particular video. So if you have any doubts or any questions on what we have discussed so far, leave your thoughts, leave your questions or queries in the comment box below. I will try to go through it and I will try to answer it. And if you like this video, if you learned something valuable from this video, please click on the like button. It's a big motivation for me to create more videos just like these. Okay. And finally, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Happy trading.